In a world in crisis, can three idiots find hope in the darkest of places? Will love conquer all, or will hate win out in the end? This is a show called Hate.
Welcome to a show called Hate, a podcast in which we explore love, hate, and everything in between in search of greater meaning and perhaps a little perspective. I'm John.
I'm Nick.
I'm Chris.
Episode 8.
Here we are.
We're
Double
back.
figures.
Another one.
Double figures.
Double figures if you look at it the wrong way.
Sideways on.
Infinity episodes.
Yeah.
Sideways on.
Yeah.
Indeed. Sorry, I'm holding a whiskey, therefore
yes.
There's only one pose I can adopt, which is to lean forward ever so
you've
slightly.
got it.
Let's see, look at me,
Over
I'm drinking a
one
whiskey.
knee.
I can't help but notice, John, you're wearing like a nice work-type top half.
Thank
And
you.
you're wearing sweatpants on the bottom.
Yes.
Business up top, party
Yeah.
down below.
Party on the bottom.
Except we can see a weird mix of business and party, which I don't like at all.
It's messing me up, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Because if I cover your top half, I think, oh, John's in pyjamas. But if I copy that, I think, oh no, he's at work.
And also, if
It's
I'm
very
at work-
confusing.
Well, you see, I do this at work because nobody sees my waist, which is why occasionally, if I'm feeling fruity, I'm naked from my waist down.
Oh, you got to be.
Yeah, at
You gotta
work.
be. It's
Yeah.
a bit cold at the moment for that, though.
I used to have a bit of a debate with a colleague at a previous workplace where
When you're both
I'm not
bottoms.
saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's good. But is it
He is.
worse?
That's it, that is what
Is
he-
it worse to drive your car naked from the waist down or naked from the waist up? My point being-
I see your point.
Yes.
I do see your point.
Yeah.
Because I think if you drive it from the waist, naked from the waist up, people might think you're naked, or you just look like a hick.
Yeah.
Neither of which is good things. Whereas if you're naked from the waist down, maybe no one will notice. Maybe no one will see the dangler.
Would you be an effective driver if you had bare feet?
I've never driven barefoot.
There you go.
I have driven barefoot, but only to maybe
Like
move
manoeuvre the
the
car.
cars
Yeah,
around.
I imagine it'd be quite uncomfortable,
I imagine it would too.
and your foot might slip.
Whoop.
You got to channel your inner horse. You know, you really got to think hooves. You can't really use the whole of your foot. You've just got to
Use your hoof bits.
You've really got to think equine.
use the hoof bits. Yes.
Use myhoofbits.com.
I'm assuming that's not already registered.
I'm buying that URL. Just
I'm on it.
I bought it. There we go.
Well, where were we? How did we get onto that?
Well, this is a show called Hate.
Oh
John
yeah,
Hay,
podcast.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Oh yes.
There's
not
microphones here.
We're not just talking in a room with whiskey.
And well, certainly as we approach double figures,
Yeah.
very nearly into
Very
double figures, the format has been cemented. Where every week we,
Ish.
your humble masters of hate
We're not that humble.
and love. Yeah, we're not really masters of anything. we each bring a topic to the table for discussion. It can be a topic of a subject of love, a subject of hate, and then we each pass ill-informed opinion on
Yes.
it, decide whether it's worthy of that
Absolutely.
emotion. And also we welcome. I was going to say we encourage, but we do encourage. We begrudgingly welcome
Begrudgingly hate-filled.
listener.
Oh,
input.
the listener. Yeah, okay.
The listener input. Yeah,
I didn't
sorry.
know who you were going to say.
That's where I was going with it. Yeah, so you can
Certainly wasn't thinking listener.
You can join the conversation on Twitter using the hashtags #ShowCalledLove and #ShowCalledHate. I think you can work out which
They're
one's
fairly
which.
self-explanatory, I'd say.
And yes, via Facebook as well. And we are going to set up a Facebook page.
We said this last episode.
We know some of you are eager.
I've heard the rumours. I have responded personally just before the recording of this podcast to that cheeky nonconformist.
This is community manager Chris Ray, keeping the fans sweet.
I feel like we chose well there.
I do work in PR from my day job, so
It's nice to
it's nice
let
to
it out
expand that into
occasionally.
my personal life now and again.
Well, seeing as it's been a big evening before we even started recording, I just signed a mortgage agreement. So I just signed my life away for 30 years.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all
that's
the best.
And just had a meeting immediately after that with the caterer for the wedding.
Yep.
Because I'm getting married.
It's all
Oh
happening.
yeah.
Doing that
I
thing,
remember.
doing that adult thing. Then stuffed a pizza in my face and came upstairs to talk about hate
With a whiskey.
in a recorded semi-professional segment as well. So, whiskey in hand, who else could kick us off?
Well, I
With
think you
hate?
should kick us off, John.
Go on, John. You've got the whiskey in your hand.
I just took the soapbox. I just
all right.
made it all about me.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Self-service cash points.
Oh my god!
Hang on, cash points or
Cash machines, checkouts.
in a supermarket?
In a supermarket.
Okay.
I hate them. And I'll give you several
Robots?
reasons why.
Okay.
I've
first.
got my fingers ready to just count them on my fingers here.
Great. Describe it for listeners at home because they can't see.
They can't see. No, I appreciate that.
Finger one.
You've got to point out everything. Finger one. They always break, which defies the point of them being automatic because you have to call a member of staff over to fix it for you, and that member of staff, unlike an actual checkout, is usually quite far away. And there's only one member of staff to cover, let's say, 6 checkout points.
Okay.
Maybe more.
So you effectively, quite often, are served a 6th less efficiently than you might be at an actual manned checkout. Finger 2.
Okay.
When you put your money in, and sometimes you try and be a bit clever with the self-service, you put your coppers in. You put your loose change in. Say you're buying a pint of milk, for example, as I do for my office.
Sure.
Quite frequently.
Yeah.
If mistakenly I then put a bit extra in, say I needed to put another penny in, and I put 10p in, because that's all I've got left,
Yeah.
it will refund me just coppers.
Yes.
Dick move. Absolute dick move. And it's done it before when I bought something for 90p and put a £1 in. It's given me all 1p's and 2p's. What the fuck am I supposed to do with that? What am I supposed to do with that?
Did it just spit them onto the floor and then said pick them up?
I feel like it's doing it on purpose. I have told a self-service checkout more than once to fuck off. And people have heard me. Audibly said it.
You know,
Number 3.
Oh, okay. Right. Yep.
Finger 3.
It's fine. Yep. No, I know my place.
The item in the checkout area is not unexpected. I bloody scanned it. I've just scanned it. Unexpected item in bagging area. Yeah. No, I scanned it. Why is that unexpected to you? Why, John?
Answer him.
I'm sorry. I know
You built this machine.
I know I generally follow you around when you're in the supermarket, but
Yeah.
I
That's
can't
you.
answer you. Yeah.
From a distance, though.
With the jacket
And the wig.
and the only one hand on show.
Empty your bins more often.
Yeah.
Stop giving me
Yeah.
fodder.
Don't pin your bills. Shred them.
You know, when we started this podcast, I was quite determined it wouldn't turn into 3 middle-aged men ranting,
Grumbling.
grumbling.
Oh, you've got to.
I feel that might be the most middle-aged thing we've talked about. I'm not saying I disagree.
I don't like change.
I'm not saying I disagree,
Literally.
but
I think they are far more of an inconvenience than they should be for something that's, in theory, quite progressive.
Yeah. They're not perfect, are they? Let's
Far
be
from
honest.
it.
But yeah. I feel like it's the beginning of the robot renaissance.
Renaissance, as in the robots had their time.
Yes.
They're
Yes.
coming back.
Definitely meant that word.
It's coming back.
Definitely.
Yeah.
If you look in archaeological digs, you'll find robots.
It's like flares.
Yeah. They're coming back. They're going to bring robots
I
back.
thought you meant like fire flares then. Well, I heard flares are coming back.
Remember in the early 80s when everyone just had signal flares?
Yeah.
Like, all
You
the
didn't have
time?
mobile phones. You had like a little pocket box that just launched flares out
And
into
you
the
got-
sky.
Oh, I didn't know Steve was out.
Yeah. Oh, that's
You
that's
see its flare.
that turquoise. That's Steve.
That's Steve's flare.
Yeah. Oh, there goes purple. Lindsay's out.
Used to
Yeah.
teach semaphore in Carphone Warehouse.
But
Yeah.
they piss me off every day, frankly. Self-service checkouts.
But maybe we have to. What I was getting at with the Renaissance box.
Oh yes, go on. Yes.
Was that maybe we have to get through this bad time until the robots this is like phase 1 and it's shit. But we have to.
But
get
I'm
through
living
it.
through it.
Yeah. Well, this is it. We'll look back when our grandchildren have got like a robot assistant who
We-
goes to the shop for
Yeah,
them.
yeah. We had to go to the self-service and scan
Yeah.
our items
Do you
by
know
hand.
how hard it was?
By hand, we had to walk there ourselves.
Yeah. You think you've got it bad?
And then it would
Yeah.
say my item was unexpected.
and they'll be like, "Granddad, I don't care."
Yeah.
Oh, they will say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be awful. I mean, like, you can imagine those Sundays when your cyber children are downloaded into your virtual
Laser
respite care
matrix.
home, and they'll be like, they don't want to be there, you don't want to be there. So what if the entire interaction takes 9 nanoseconds? They're going to resent you. And you're like, in my day, we had to scan our own goods. Oh, granddad, delete.
Yeah.
Granddad,
That's going
deleted.
to be you.
Yeah.
Back to the ping pong table.
Control Z.
Yeah.
Laser granddad
I-
offline.
I do agree with you. I was grabbing some lunch on the way into work the other day.
Oh.
Went to the supermarket, picked up an apple.
Did you?
That was
Picked
your
up an
first
apple.
mistake.
Yeah, I mean that's a nightmare in itself because you've got to go through several
Yes.
sections.
That's a reason not to buy fresh fruit.
But
Oh,
I
God.
got wise to this, and I knew that this particular apple, Dave, we're quite close, me and Mal, had a barcode on it. these apples that are
Like
individual.
genetically modified, so its skin is a
Yeah.
barcode.
No, it's
That'd be good.
it's scarification. They bring in
Oh.
a master seaman who just kind of
Seaman?
like
Yeah. It's funny.
I don't want to see an apple.
does a bit of scrimshaw and just kind of carves in the side of each
yeah.
apple. But no, I went to the bagging self-service thing. Great. I'm wise. I have an apple
Beep
which
boop.
can be scanned. No barcode. The stick is missing.
Oh, for God's
And I've already
sake.
scanned one item, so I'm like, I want to back out.
I bet you had to call someone over.
No, I didn't, because it's like there's only one person, and they're just like shuffling around elsewhere.
There you go. Well, that's a problem in itself. That's the problem I said. That's
So-
what I alluded to.
Yeah, no,
just now.
I'm not saying I disagree.
Why? Well, you sound like you're disagreeing with
I
me,
think
John.
Fight!
I think somebody needs a delicious apple. But no, then I was like, okay, I want to back out, so undo item, because I'd
Oh,
already
you
scanned
can't do
an item.
that. You need a member of staff.
He goes, but why does it let you get that far? He goes, undo item, yes or no? Yes. Please wait for approval.
Yeah,
Say,
there you
no,
go.
Just tell me I can't do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
They should also be, when you're buying alcohol, as I often do, should be able to like scan your
ID.
driver's license. Although there's ways that would
They would have to
fall
scan the
apart
ID
massively.
and
Or
your
scan
face
your
or
retina.
something. Yeah.
That's retinal scanner. There's not enough retinal scanning at Tesco's.
They could just ask you a question and assess if you're lying. Are you sure?
Yeah. Yes.
When was the last time you got ID'd by a
Ooh.
human being, do you feel?
Quite a while ago now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've sort of reached the point where I take it as a compliment now.
Yes.
Because when I was sort of early 20s, I was like, oh, for God's sake, get an ID.
Do you know who I am?
God, I'm 23 now. I'm still getting ID'd. But now, if someone were to ID me, I'd go, thank you very much.
I find it sort of charming. It's like,
Yes.
oh, you think,
It's when someone younger than me tries to ID me, it's like,
what are you
who
doing?
are you trying to ID me?
But it's when they legally can't serve you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's always
You know,
fun, yeah.
They're super young.
Yeah, they have to call, like, their mum to serve us.
think, Mom,
Mother,
This man wants to buy alcohol and I can't do it.
it's really hard.
Mother, this weird hairy man wants to buy the adult vinegar. The one I'm not allowed to touch. It's okay, dear. Your father's coming to pay.
We'll deal with this.
Checkbook.
What's the alternative, though?
Normal
aside from
checkouts.
This is what I mean. I feel like it's a necessary evil. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like we've just got to get through the bad times.
But then by the time the good times roll around, I think I'll be long gone.
I think like they can't.
That's what they're relying on.
I think
Oh,
that's
That's what the robot
yeah.
renaissance is relying
But I
on.
reckon they're pathologically unable to take a step backwards.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah,
They can't undo what's done before.
because then they're
Yeah.
admitting failure.
they can only take steps forward.
So what's going to happen next is we're going to get all the tills will be replaced by self-service tills, and there'll be one person working in the whole of Tesco's. And
I actually don't mind the Tesco's ones too bad.
no, what's your specific problem then?
Tesco's ones are all right. I know some companies.
The Tesco bagging area at our local Tesco Metro is very confusing. Because the bagging area is above the
Yes.
area where you put your items before you've scanned them.
Yes, it is.
It gets very confusing. Just saying.
No, I agree.
There you go.
I agree entirely. The yeah, God, talk about low hanging fruit.
Oh, you got to.
Where do we go
With
from
those?
there? Yeah.
Well, I once tried to pay for goods at a self-service checkout with my driving license.
Yeah.
I was having a very bad day.
You have to understand. I was.
I
very
honestly tried about 8 times, and I went, "Oh, that's my driver's license," and I still blamed the.
In the
computer.
meantime, you were swearing.
I was swearing something chronic
Yeah.
at that computer.
Standing
I can't even
puddle
begin
of
to
your
tell
own
you.
weed.
What did you think was happening?
I
Declined.
thought it wasn't
Declined.
accepting my card because it's a dickhead.
But it wouldn't even have said anything. It wouldn't even have said, "Oh, please reinsert your card." It would have been like, "What is this?
Yeah.
You idiot! What?
Oh,
what
it
are you
didn't.
doing?"
Yeah, it just did nothing. Yeah.
Imagine if you did that to a human server.
But it should have said,
Yeah.
"Sir,
Like, go
this is
home."
a driving license."
Yeah.
It should have said that.
It's like when I went to NatWest and I queued for about 20 minutes,
Oh, no.
and I said hello. I went up to the cashier. This is a segue,
Cool.
and I said hello there. I'd like to withdraw some money,
Yes.
and they said
Oh, that's good because you're in a bank.
exactly. I was in NatWest, and they said, "Oh, sorry, sir, but this is a Santander card." And it was at that moment that I realised that I had absolutely no association with NatWest for 3 years.
And you also weren't dressed.
Yes,
Hadn't shaved
and
for
then I
2
woke
years.
up. But no, that first bit did happen.
Sir, please cover your shame.
Yeah. So that's my hate in summary.
No.
They annoy me.
They are very annoying.
I do hate them. I would smash one if I could afford to pay it.
I'm going to take a stance of it's a hate that I accept and put up with.
Fine.
Because I'm looking forward to the robot renaissance.
Fine.
It's coming. Again.
I can sympathise to some extent. I'm just thinking about you sticking your driving licence into a chip and pin reader.
Oh yeah.
I once spent a summer in Indonesia,
Ooh.
like you do, and I spent several weeks on a tiny, very remote island out in the ocean. That's the
Oh, the big,
yeah,
the
I know
big
it.
pond.
I know it.
Yeah.
Big pond. Yeah.
I've heard about it.
And I used like no technology in all that time. And then when I got back to civilization, we had like one night in Jakarta before we flew home, and the journey home would take a few days. And I went to the cash point to get some money out because we were going to go have a meal and a couple of drinks, have a shower, all that kind of stuff. And I was like, I put my card into the machine. I just typed like 4 numbers, which like I assumed was how I used technology, and that didn't work. So I typed them again, and that didn't work. Typed them again. He goes, "You failed 3 times with swallowing your card."
Classic.
And then I was like, "Oh hell, I have no money." Oh yeah, and that wasn't my PIN number. What was that? I don't know. I think,
What happened?
I don't know. I think it was like being away from technology for that long. I
Just
just
got all the numbers.
Disconnected from it.
and I had no clothes on.
Oh, that one.
All
Yeah.
of
Then
our-
I woke
all of
up.
our stories end
Yeah,
like that.
maybe like all the pig blood on my fingers that made it
Yeah.
quite hard.
Yeah, it's
to,
quite slippery when you got
yeah.
pig blood on your fingers.
But then I had to
Mash the keypad now.
But what's fun is that I had to borrow some money from my friend Tom to essentially kind of buy food for the last couple of days and pay my way out of the country. And because of the hyperinflation, it sounds awesome. I had to borrow 4 million
Classic.
rupees
Rubles.
from him. Yeah, a can of Coke was like $10,000.
That's a decadent can of Coke.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and
You
saved
better
it, yeah.
you saved that.
Yeah, that was really good. It was
Absolutely.
Coke original.
Well, a friend of mine did exactly what you did, not in Stoke, not Indonesia.
That's lucky.
Not
yeah.
quite the same. So I said, "Oh, don't worry about it. I'll get you some money out." And then I did the same. So we were both locked out of our accounts.
It's
What's
like
happening?
Well, it was the night of the summer ball, and we were doing some pre-drinking, as you can understand, at university. And yeah, he did it, and then I did it, trying to get money out for him.
It's like the pressure's on. It's like he forgot his pin. Now I've got to remember my pin. Oh
Yeah,
god. Like,
it was one of those moments.
It's like you just stand there. It's like, I'll show you how it's done. No.
yeah,
Oh god.
it's one of those moments where you suddenly realise, oh no, I've forgotten the numbers.
I only have to remember 4 numbers to
Yeah.
get through the day.
The thing is, if you're standing there and you know what you've done, but of course the cash machine's in front of you, all your franking sees your back. You've got a few minutes to kind of salvage it. It's like, how do I get out of this without looking like an idiot? You're like, do you swallow the card or something? Oh, what have I done?
Oh, whoops.
Just stab yourself in the eye with it. In Canada, where I lived, go figure.
Oh,
The little kind of wire motor, whatever, the thing that like when you put your card into a cash point, the thing that kind of like sucks it in and spits it out, had frozen.
oh dear,
So it swallowed my card and then physically couldn't spit it out.
Oh.
gutted.
Well,
Which was fun.
that sucks.
I
Well, it only sucks. It doesn't even spit.
Speaking of, actually, yeah, I know it's middle age, but you've got me going on it now. Like self-service.
John's
things that don't
grumbles.
work. Now we after one of our shows where we went to a show and sold some books,
Oh.
we had some cash from our sales and we had to pay it into the bank.
Right.
Now, because we have a business account with a bank, we go there and they have machines and it's like, oh, don't worry, it's all automated, got it all sorted. Like, just deposit your cash into the machine and it will count it and absorb it and everything. So I've got like, I already feel like I'm walking to the bank with a target on my back because I've got like an envelope in my pocket and I'm like, oh God,
Everyone knows.
Yeah, everyone can tell.
Yeah.
That suggestive bulge.
And the envelope in your pocket.
But I go and I'm like, okay, great. Get to the machine, trying to be covert, put the money in. And it's like a great big kind of chompy mouth on the front. So you put it in, jaws closed, it sucks it in. And then it kind of like goes, and then like spits out like half and goes, we can't read these. I'm like,
That's not legal tender, John. That's monopoly money.
okay, so you kind of like,
It's
sort it.
actually just hotels and houses. You just force through the gap.
But I kind of like, I sort it, put it back in, and I swear it then spits out all the money.
Oh.
And I try to put that back in, and it spits out one, I put that in, and then it spits out everything
It's
again.
just a war of attrition. Just keep going.
And it failed. And it said, please start again, sir. So I do it all again. It doesn't work. So bear in mind, I've been at the machine like 20 minutes now, and nothing's happening. And I'm probably just looking more and more suspicious.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah.
must
Yeah.
have.
That
And-
target's
yeah.
getting more and more neon.
But you talk about just for,
There you go, look, see? You would have required a member of staff, and I bet at that time of day, no one was around.
Yeah, I remember I think we've sort of moved this hate now onto like general automated machines that don't make life easier.
Any kind of
but
machine.
profess to. But I remember there was one in that West that would like famously take all your coppers and like
Oh, yeah.
so if you've been one of those people which I am, you collect all of your coppers in like a jar And then eventually you realise, oh my god, I've probably got like 50 quid here, so I'll go take that to a thing that'll turn it into real money, because let's be honest, it isn't. And it was this like big bucket machine, and it said in big proud letters, just put it all in.
Nice.
So it's like... Went on for longer than that.
Yeah.
Bit longer. Anyway, and then I broke the machine.
Got
It was
it.
like
What are
weight,
the odds?
weight load too high or something came up on the screen. And the woman came over and she was like, "Oh yeah, you can't really just put it all in like that." I was like, but the sign said I could.
You said it in that voice.
Yeah. I said it like that. And then the next time I went to do the same thing, I was like, "I could be careful this time. I'll do it in smaller." Yeah, I broke the machine again.
Got it.
How so? What was the problem that
It's
time?
just I don't know how many coppers it can take. I think maybe it's 3, maybe slightly less than 3. But I put like a handful in this time because I was really cautious, and it broke it again. Like actual broke to the extent they put tape over it. I ruined it.
Did you get your money back, or did they?
I don't know. At that point, I didn't care. I just ran away, throwing coins everywhere.
Don't look at me.
Again, bottomless from the waist down.
Name the episode.
Bottomless from the waist down? Question mark. Go on.
Yeah. I have a question, because I've never had the patience to collect a sack of pennies and take it to the bank.
I usually just hit people with the sack. But yeah.
Can you swing a sack?
Yeah. Here's a bag. We got to play your own knobs.
Is it always like you get a jar, you get a sack, you get a box of pennies, and you think, now's the time, money in the bank, that's like 50 quid. And you go to a bank,
Yeah.
you're all super happy,
Yeah.
tip it in, £2.17.
Yeah, maybe less.
Maybe less. What was bulking it out?
Yeah, you do it for like 17 years. And you're like, this is like enough for a down payment on a house. I'm smashing this. And then it's like, yeah, 38p. Oh.
And then a lot of like the commercial, like in the supermarket, they've got one of those machines, and it goes.
Yeah, don't use it. It'll
They,
break.
they take 10%. That's their,
Oh, yeah.
that's their
What?
fee.
Really?
Yeah, they do,
Yeah, that's their fee.
Well, at least NatWest doesn't. But I break NatWests every time.
Yeah,
so.
or it's like, you can keep it, but you have to fight the machine.
Yeah.
And
And it
the
doesn't
machine is
fight.
armed with all the coppers you've put in.
I always go with a bag of hockey pucks just in case. But yeah, or it's a battle of wits, and it will just like call for an assistant. You're like, oh god damn it!
What is love?
What is my purpose?
What
Count my coppers, bitch.
about like, have you ever been privileged enough to see one of those weird commemorative special coins the Royal Mint puts out on occasion?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like a £5 coin.
Yeah, the ones that come in like a little velvet box.
Can you spend those?
Some of them are apparently legal tender, although I think they have the sort of caveat, which is that someone has the right to refuse it.
Right.
So that to me doesn't sound like
Doesn't
legal
sound
tender.
like-
I mean, to be honest,
It's not the best coin.
if you're buying a £5 coin to go and spend it, I mean, you've got bigger issues than
because they cost
than
like
what you're
20
doing
quid,
there.
don't
This
they?
is what I was going to say. How much do they cost?
Yeah, well, it's more than 5 quid, I think.
Well, they say it's worth £5, so you give us £5 plus £20 postage.
Yeah.
I think that's how they get around it.
£20 packaging, postage, and a Queen's take.
Surely that just makes a mockery of it. Like, if you're paying for a thing which can't be used, why make it a coin?
Yeah,
You know,
why not? Yeah, just make it
make
like
it a badge.
plate or something.
Yeah. I don't know. Make it a plectrum.
People will collect anything though. It's probably more that people started collecting coins, and then someone was like, I can see what to do here.
A big gap in the
Special
market.
coins.
I know that imperial currency was a god-awful mess.
Oh, sure.
But at the same time, there's something oddly romantic about it. I like the idea of a crown or a half crown.
Yeah, the names of the coins are better. Things like sovereigns.
Oh, yeah, I
and
prefer that
crowns
now, I
and
think, yeah.
Galleons.
A blemmy.
Was there a galleon?
Yeah, it was like 10 blemmies in a scoosh.
Yeah.
And
A rib
sure,
tob.
15 scooshes to a rib tob.
How much is that? A couple of rib tobs? You gotta be kidding me! Back in my idea, a rib tob would get me far further. than-
Daylight robbery, yeah?
So yes,
I only
self-service checkouts is my hate of the week.
God.
Only earn 12 pleth norbs a month. What is this?
That's wooden plethnorbs at that.
That's an imperial month. That's 17 years. I've never had a holiday.
Oh yeah. So that we sort of went off topic a bit.
There you go.
Yeah, it was good.
Done.
Well, great. I mean,
Smash that one.
go on, more safe commentary from the team at a show called Hate.
Well, I don't know whether this one's as safe. I'll do mine now. I'm doing mine now.
Oh God.
Yes.
No, I think it is quite safe. I hope it is. Oh God, here we go. I've built this
This
up.
bit,
It's
I
not
mean,
even
yeah,
that
this-
big.
yeah.
I really hate having to write in greetings cards for co-workers. not because I hate my co-workers,
It sounds like you do.
Well, yeah, maybe some of them. No, but it's...
What's this really about? Okay, replace co-workers with co-worker.
Yeah.
Aren't you self-employed?
There's this one guy.
to Nick.
To Nick.
Happy Christmas
For fuck's
from
sake.
Nick.
You passive-aggressive shit. Yeah, it's, what do you say? Like, whenever the card comes across the table, it's like, Andrea is, I don't know, she's 10 years service. Andrea's given into the company. Here's a card. And you open the card, and 38 people have already written a comment in there. And it's all just empty guff. It's just like, congratulations, Andrea. Well, you did, what great job. This is my point. I can't even think of something to write or say at this point. And everything you can think is already written by 32 other bellends.
Just say happy birthday, regardless of what the content.
That's quite a good solution.
Right, happy birthday, Darren, on every card that comes.
Darren. But it's like the last time this happened really recently. Like this came across my I just wrote every positive word I could think of in a line. So I just wrote awesome, great job, congratulations, cool. Like tip top. I did a paragraph of that and just wrote Nick at the bottom. Because it's like what? And then it's worse if you're the first. Because then you set the tone for like the whole card.
And where do you write if you're the first?
Yeah.
You don't want to be full of your own self-importance and right near the top.
Or right in the middle of the right-hand side of the double-page spread. And you know what happens? Everyone writes around the edge. So you have this huge vacuous expanse in the middle of the card where no one dares tread because it is the nether zone.
I think generally because I'm quite late to the party when it comes to signing workplace cards, I always end up.
There's a reason for that,
Sean.
I suppose you better get
John.
Yeah, with a wax crayon. Age 9.
It's like a thumb smear down the middle. That's all you need, really.
Pig's blood.
Yeah.
I really hate it. I hate having to do it. I mean, I kind of hate cards in general, really.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's all coming out
There you
now.
go.
Well, I feel like I'm going to buy a gift for someone. I'll buy a gift. The card is a waste of everyone's time and money. Because you don't keep them. Although some people do.
I notice you only had one birthday card.
Yeah.
For your birthday.
I've started telling people I don't want them.
I think he's acting out because he only got one card.
Nick, you can talk to us.
What's this really about?
Oh, God!
Everyone forgot my birthday.
Is it what you...
I've got 2 cards, actually.
Oh, there you go.
Is it what bothers you?
Was one from your self-employed work?
Yeah. HR sent it to me. Which is me. With an HR hat on.
But is that the issue? Is it like, if it were a genuine thing between friends, you'd be fine? Is it that workplace mandatory, celebratory kind of aspect?
The receptionist comes around to everyone. It's just like, do you want to sign Andrea's card? It's like, I'm not going to say no, am I? Like, okay, yeah.
I say that's the harder one, where if you've got a big workplace, because we've got like 150 odd people, so we have different teams, and I think generally the teams look after each other.
Yeah.
Or if a person has friends in other aspects of areas of a building, but that's the bad one. If you're working, I think someone is going around from table to table.
Yeah.
And you can see it coming.
And she waits there as well.
Yeah.
So the receptionist is stood there waiting, like, because it won't take long. Just write a little message.
Yeah.
I'm just sat there holding the pen, just like looking at everyone else's comments. They've all said everything, all the generic comments I could write. Every way you could word it has already been done.
Yeah.
And now I'm left. Not only do I have to write in the nether zone.
Yeah.
So therefore it'll be the first one she sees as well. When she opens the card, it'll be Nick. Couldn't think of anything to say, Andrea. Love you.
Name, yeah.
Crossed out, love you. Wrote love you again. In brackets, love you. And then crossed out, and then just blood.
I've definitely made mistakes in cards before, and you're like, shit, what do I do?
Smiley face, draw a thumbs up. Oh, it's only got 2 fingers. Oh my god, it's a middle finger. Oh no!
And then you close it, and it leaves like an
multiple times, like a snowflake.
You write in a card that other people have to sign, and then you just smudge it with your hand while you're writing. It's like, oh well, I've ruined that. Oh well.
Actually, that could be quite a good strategy because they'd never ask you again.
Yes. Oh, let's not get old smudge hands to do it.
Yeah. I think talking about workplace mandatory things, we in my workplace, once a year, the higher ups, like the board that runs the company, will come visit for Christmas.
Will they?
Only for like a few hours.
They'll deign to come down to the peasants.
Is it like when people go to visit sick children in the hospital? It's a bit like that.
Oh yes, they walk from.
They come with a big sack of presents, which just could be anything. It's just spirograph,
copper coins.
But we get like a notification saying, the board would like to extend a polite invitation to join them in the cafeteria for mince pies, around. And you go, oh, okay, mince, that'll be nice. But then generally, when it comes to it, that starts to change into mince pies and carols.
Oh,
Oh, no.
God.
And then we're like,
God.
but it's.
I love how they didn't lead with carols. Like,
Yeah.
carols are introduced later.
Yeah,
But
that's
then
how they get you.
But that's the thing. But this is where the mandatory thing comes in because it's optional.
Of course.
You don't have to come.
Yeah,
But
whatever.
it's that day, and people start migrating. And our team, who are generally quite busy, we just keep working. And we're like, oh, it's nice and quiet now. And then someone comes and we're like, yeah, you have to come. This is not
Polite
like...
invitation turns
Yeah.
into, you have to be there.
I know we all-
What are you doing?
But nobody's like, oh god, why are we here? Why?
And then
are
you
we
all
here?
you all got stuff to do. And
Yeah.
you all just stood around just like, when can I get back to the accounts? I hate watching Janet sing.
I would much rather be doing the account.
Janet's drunk again.
It's only been 2 minutes and Janet's drunk.
Up on the table.
Ah.
Every year, Janet.
Oh, I have to say, one of the great things that happened in my job recently was we had a cake competition.
Oh,
Not honestly sure why. I think it was for charity,
sure.
but I was invited.
Were there
to...
carols?
Did you submit a barra brief?
No, I was a judge.
You were a judge. Actually,
Based
no, I
on what?
didn't. Your experience eating.
I was.
I
John.
ate a cake
Oh, John.
once in school.
We see him eat from time to time. Let's get him in.
When they
Covered in food.
He knows tastes.
They were
That
like-
guy.
they're like, my God, we need a. My God, we need a judge like post haste. Who can we turn to? And they just like they pan across the office, and there's loads of people tapping, and they pan, and then they snap back, and there's me under my desk crying, shoving like a 6-pack of Mr. Kipling apple pies into my mouth,
Wearing a gammon steak as a hat.
which is my Tuesday. I'm like he'll do.
Yeah.
Let's get him in. It looks like he knows his stuff.
Ah.
His CV is written in meat.
Me and my co-judge, we put some thought.
Oh, it's
into
just
it.
two of you.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Put some thought into it. We went for appearance, effort, and taste.
Effort?
Like, we went for ones.
Oh, you tried.
Yeah, ones which was like clearly, Oh, it was Halloween. Halloween themed cakes.
Oh, there you go.
Cool.
Yeah.
I must say, John, for someone who was apparently picked at random, it sounds like you put too much thought into this judging process.
Oh, you can't half-ass it.
No. They might make it a permanent role for you.
Mm.
That might be your job.
Promotion.
Yeah.
Get paid in cake.
What are we talking about?
yeah.
Cards.
I can't remember. Cards.
Forced workplace platitudes.
Yeah, that's what it is.
There you
That's
go.
a good way of putting it. Forced workplace platitudes.
Well, you work in a relatively
paper.
small team, Rev. What's
Yes.
your take on? What's your hot take on this?
Give me a hot take.
I'll give you a hot take.
Or a hot cake,
Here it comes.
John.
Yeah, John loves cake, so I don't want John judging it. He's
covered
notoriously
in
harsh.
crumbs now.
Look, he's just done a sneeze to
Oh,
cover
sorry,
up the
I'm-
fact
I'm
he
a-
doesn't want the cake.
I'm allergic to hard truth.
I work in a team of 3, including myself.
It's not really
So-
a team.
No, I know,
three
it's
people.
more of a gathering. So, yeah, we buy each other small gifts each year. And that's it, really.
Good.
Which I don't mind
I
doing.
feel like you're dodging a bullet there.
I'm happy to do it.
Yeah.
Bought them whiskey this year.
Oh.
Well, just a little whiskey pack. I don't think they listen to this.
Are you in charge of them?
No.
Oh.
If anything, the other way around.
They're both in charge of you.
Well, we've got the MD, and then me and my colleague Dave are sort of just do what we're told.
Okay.
Did they make you pick things up?
I pick things up now and again.
Like coppers, like every time you come
Oh.
in, it's got a handful
I
of
think we
coppers.
meant boxes.
No.
I put the Christmas decorations
I mean,
up the other day.
I mean it in the most demeaning interpretation, where we, all right, Chris,
Yeah.
Oh.
Drop a pack of cards on the floor.
pick it up.
They could do that. I'm not sure they get the response they wanted.
I see.
So there we go.
There you
Right.
go. Well, shall I...
Why don't you give us a hate?
You go on, John.
Okay, could be a bit controversial.
Oh my.
Oh, I hope so.
My hate is, or are, the bloody Royals.
Oh my. Oh my. That is controversial.
Putting it out there now, now with a couple of disclaimers.
The Ruddy Royals.
Fully aware, it's my opinion. I'll keep it to myself.
Well, you're not. You're broadcasting it on a podcast.
Broadcasting it on a podcast, but keeping it to myself. Doesn't really matter. You're free to love them if you want to love them. They're going to exist whether John Locke cares about them or not.
Well, I don't know.
So
You
that
have
is
quite a
a
lot
sad
of influence.
truth.
You were a cake judge.
Yeah, no, I'm a mover and shaker. But no, I care not for the Royals.
Okay.
I can't say I hate them as people. I hate
The concept.
the concept. I really, really hate the concept of Royals.
Mm.
I guess cannot hate them as people because that would be unfair.
Yeah.
But-
This is not a show for hating people.
No,
Sure.
I merely
Maybe.
feel
Depends which people.
If it's the royals, then
Yeah.
definitely.
if you are a UK listener, or indeed a worldwide listener, it's rather hard to escape the fact that Prince Harry has just gotten engaged to pop quiz
Meghan
Meghan
Markle.
Meghan Markle.
I knew the Meghan bit.
And
Meghan.
Meghan, yes.
Meghan.
Meghan.
Yeah, it's spelled with an
Meghan.
H.
Yeah, she's got a H in her.
Sometimes Meghan is spelled with
Meghan.
H's.
Yeah, they do, but it's still pronounced Megan.
Yeah,
Is it?
yeah.
Yeah,
But
but no,
with-
I'm just
with
saying it
being
phonetically.
stupid.
I'm saying it phonetically for the benefit of people who aren't
'Cause they can't
looking,
see it.
aren't reading her name as we're saying this.
I see.
It's really important.
Yes.
But yes, Prince Harry has gotten engaged. We're not going to get a bank holiday out of the wedding.
That's
which is-
bollocks, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah,
William got one
Yes, well,
for us.
Yeah.
He fought for it, that's why. I love the royals.
I just.
It would have been. It would have been. But the difference between the two is Prince Harry's getting married and there's no bank holiday. Who cares? Prince Harry's getting married and there is a bank holiday. God save the Queen. God save the Queen.
Yeah, I'd be singing a very different tune. If I
Yeah.
got a
Yeah,
date,
that's
but-
what this is all about, isn't it? You
However-
want your sweet, sweet bank holiday.
I just maybe a lot of this hate is directed at us, the public. It's a two-way street, is what I'm saying. Because
You're burning your bridges here, John.
I dislike the fact
You
that
hate the royals, you hate
I hate the
public.
rules. I hate the public.
I hate basically
I
everyone.
hate Nick and Rayman.
I hate the fact that the world has now gone crazy about this
Yeah.
to the point where, and I think the media is awful for this.
Yeah.
And I can't tell whether it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. I can't tell whether do people really want to hear about the royals or do the papers think they want to hear about the royals. Like case in point, like one of the leading tabloids.
yes.
We saw it on the shelf as we were shopping the other day. Was like Meghan Markle, 17 pages of intimate, never before seen photos. You know, and it's like you went on her Facebook. And
Yeah.
Just like, and I'm like, this is trash.
Yeah.
Like this is just the worst. Like of everyone, we're all terrible.
Do you think it's... Oh yeah, Rayman's just checking out the intimate photos. Ooh, double page spread.
The thing is, it is that good for them, etc. Congratulations and whatever. But I don't care.
I think that's more what it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
I really hate how the media handles it. I completely sympathise with that. And I think that's really the biggest issue. I think people do go crazy for the royals. I think they're well into them.
I think
Some people are.
it's just. I mean, there's a whole other issue like nowadays where with the financial hardship the country's in.
Yeah.
Then you learn that like the Queen, or maybe not the Queen personally, but certainly
The
her
Queen's household.
finances have been kind of squirreled away in offshore tax havens.
Or she's doing a big old rejuvenation of Buck House, or she's
Yeah,
bought a fresh corgi
and,
off the corgi mart.
And I know ultimately it's a tourism thing. And
It is,
I know
and-
like she's very good for the country.
But so
in terms of that.
Stonehenge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And Stonehenge doesn't take the piss.
yeah, and
I believe Stonehenge's taxes are in order.
yeah, and Stonehenge never tries to influence Parliament. God love Prince Charles. I think fundamentally, I have an issue with the idea of like royalty because it annoys me to think that like
It's a very old-fashioned thing.
yeah, it
It's
annoys me-
elitism. It sounds like you have an issue.
I
with,
think
John.
it is because I think it just bugs me that like because everybody will go through all manner of stuff in their life. Maybe they'll get married, maybe they won't, but they'll have personal triumphs, tragedies, whatever.
Of course.
It's the idea that like none of that will ever be as important as what Prince William had for breakfast.
So true.
Well, I tweeted about this last week when it was announced that the media spout out all this bollocks and then talk about the media over-analysing it as if they're not part of it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's
They
ridiculous.
say, oh, the media are always on their back. You are the media.
Yeah,
you are they.
You know it's got really bad when news is reporting how news is reported as news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try saying that to my
You
sister.
you are they.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's like it's ultimately it's like they're just people.
Yeah. I mean,
know.
I think it's telling to imagine there will be a time when we don't have royals anymore. And I think the fact that we can foresee that quite happily, and I honestly genuinely think it will happen,
Yeah.
means that it sort of throws into question why we have them now at all.
I think
Still.
I think if anything they need a bit of changing. Because went to Denmark last year.
Oh, yes.
And honestly, we went round the royal palaces there, learnt about the Danish royal family, and honestly came away with the impression that the Danish royal family are kind of awesome.
Okay.
Like it just came. They're very.
So it's not royals in general then.
No, because I'm just going to accept the fact that I have a problem with the concept of the king or
Oh.
royalty in general.
Yeah, okay.
But,
Yeah.
But it's like, I accept the fact that that is a historic institution.
It's a thing that has been around for hundreds of years.
Yeah. And there's a real difference between having a dictatorial, malevolent, oppressive king and having a statutory royal figurehead and a democratic system. Like, I fully understand that. I think it's absolutely possible to have the two.
Sure.
I think, like, royal families can modernise a bit, and I think they can get a slightly better place in society. I know, like, a lot of this is personal, and I know.
I think William and Harry are doing a fairly good job of trying to be like just generally good people. Like they had the spotlight trained on them quite like against their own will. You know, like they didn't choose to be born into that life, and yet I don't think they're dicks about it.
Yeah,
you know.
I just wonder, like,
maybe it's the older royals.
I don't know, and again, maybe none of them are actively dicks. Maybe it's just like kind of like the establishment they're part of. I just feel like it's weird. Like, if the Queen walked down the road tomorrow, like if I was walking past the Queen and I didn't show due difference, would I be in trouble?
I don't know, and the fact that I don't know, and the fact that I might be annoys me. That would annoy me.
Yeah, like, say, like, I'm not saying like I would go, oh, it's Queen.
Yeah, it's not like I don't. But like, yeah, it's okay. So I see what you're getting at here, and I agree with you. It's this idea of we should just respect them because they are the royals, or because she is the Queen. It's like, well, I kind of respect every person. Like, I wouldn't just like mug off a random person on the street. I wouldn't do it to the Queen either. But the fact that I might have to bow or do some sort of wave or a curtsy or take my trousers off, it's probably take my trousers off, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's usually take your trousers off.
I think that's the one.
That's the one. Yeah,
like,
I'll take my trousers off.
It's like, you respect policemen because they're,
I punch policemen.
Yeah, but also you respect policemen because they're more than just like a person.
Well, they're doing a genuine service.
Yeah, but also it's like, they are a representation of the law. Like, they are a policeman is more than just a person trying to make things right in the moment. They're a person who is like an embodiment of
civilization.
Yeah, of a civilization, of our collective agreement that this is what we call society, and this is how we act, and this is how we behave.
Sure.
And you could say the same about the Queen, I suppose, playing devil's advocate to my own gripe. You could say that
you're ruining your own argument, John.
Like, the Queen is a figurehead. The Queen is a symbol.
Yeah, but of what now?
I don't know. Maybe that's a problem.
Generally speaking, society appreciates what's gone into the person they are now, a person someone is now.
Yeah.
Say for a policeman, for example, a policeman's worked damn hard to be where they are now.
A lot of training.
Whereas the royal family are born into that.
Yeah.
Like it or not.
Yeah, I remember seeing
worked for it.
When Tweet was for Trump. I just called him Tweet.
I remember Tweet, yeah.
Remember Tweet when Tweet was elected?
Freudian slip.
When Trump was first elected as president, and there was obviously a lot of arguing and a lot of hate going around on Twitter. And I remember I just like to dip into it and just see the chaos that was brewing online and everything. And one person was just moaning on Twitter about how much of a twat he was and everything. And someone commented on this person's tweet going, like, I understand that you have an issue, but he's the president now, and as an American, you respect the president, so I won't hear any more from you, kind of thing. And it's like, so for some reason, just because he is now in a position of societally accepted leadership, now we are supposed to go, oh, well, what you do as a human being is irrelevant because you are ex-president, you are king, you are lord, whatever you are, now you're perfect. And I feel like maybe there's some of that in there, this idea that they are beyond reproach simply because they have their Royal Highness in front of their name.
And I honestly, I will freely accept that it can't be easy. Like,
I'm sure.
Certainly, if you're born into that,
and they've known nothing else.
If you grow up with that, and it's like the entire world will be watching me my entire life.
Yeah,
so
that's got to suck.
I freely accept that that's hard. However, given that our country has many problems at the moment, I would imagine, and they've just announced that like a lot of people are in poverty. Like we have, like poverty rates have risen quite significantly in our country, and it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's maybe harder to be living in poverty. Maybe in like
yes. Well, I think that's probably fair.
Balance of probabilities. That's probably a bit harder.
Thing is, I don't hate the royal family, but I wouldn't go out of my way to go to an event involving the royal family.
No, I'm not interested.
In fact, I'd probably avoid it because it'd be a bloody nightmare.
I'd avoid it because I have a real hatred of patriotism. And I feel like those two things come hand in hand. Like, I can appreciate and accept the royal family from a historical perspective. Like, they are the living lineage of our history. That's kind of interesting. Although I'm not especially interested in it, it is an interesting thing. But if I was to ever go to an event, it would just be all Union flags and like, whoa, UK is the best. And it's like, we're not. We're really not.
Yeah, certainly not.
Any kind of weather in this country, and it all goes to shit.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Any kind of weather that's not a fierce kind of mild, and everything goes to shit.
Weather forecast today, fierce mild.
Yeah. Oh, the railways are too hot. The tracks are burning.
Okay, well, here's the question for you: how many children do Wills and Kate have? Because I honestly can't keep track.
Yeah, they have 3 kids.
Yeah. Are they all birthed?
3?
Have they all exited the birth canal?
One is going to be the king.
Right.
Sure.
Yes.
At
King,
some point.
King
George.
Baby, he'll be called. He's
They
in
have
line,
a
isn't he?
girl, Charlotte.
Charlotte, yeah.
And I think she's preggo.
Charlotte's
again.
pregnant.
I honestly
No,
can't.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That would be a story.
Yeah. We see. This is like.
That's your 17 pages.
Okay, so here's another thing I kind of like when little George had his
Georgie.
first day.
Lil G, as I call him.
Yeah. Be Big G eventually.
Big G Money King is the kids on the playground call it. When
Big G Money King!
when he had his
got an
first
album out.
he had his first day at preschool at nursery, and the camera crews were all lined up to watch him go in and come out,
that's
and they were
Yeah.
interviewing other parents whose children were in. And oh my god, mate, it was like none of us, humanity as a whole, is just looks bad from this interaction. Like, you know, I'm not actually forget blaming the royals, forget blaming the media. We all just suck because we're interviewing this poor, like, rabbit in the headlights couple whose son is only famous now because he played with Prince George, and they're like, so what was your impression of the young prince as he played? And the guy's like, well, he was playing with one toy, and then he saw another toy, and he went and picked it up, and I think that means that he knows what he wants, and he'll be a very decisive leader.
Yeah.
And we're like,
What?
good.
Oh, people are like that.
God.
And then he pissed in the sandbox.
Yeah.
And, you know, that probably means he's going to piss all over our economy.
And this is what makes me mad, because like, you know, this poor man, you know, and it's like, you know, he has a job, like, he has a life. What are his loves?
Yeah, he's a child analyst.
But what are his loves and joys? And now here he is being demeaned on live television, talking about how this toddler will one day rule over him in an unelected capacity. Just because he's good with a flipping weeble, which wobbles and won't fall down.
It won't fall down.
Unlike the monarchy, which just
They just won't fall down.
just keep going. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, and then, you know, Harry dressed as a Nazi one time, and everyone was like, oh, he's a bit naughty.
What a lad.
And now Harry's getting
What a lad.
married, and everyone's like, oh,
He's all right now, isn't he?
oh, the nation's prince.
Oh, we
God
love him.
The best thing about it is there's various stag do's planned across the country on Facebook.
Right.
Really?
Everyone's just going Prince Harry's stag, so it's just piss ups in all the various cities.
Because we're not getting a bank holiday.
Because we're not getting a bank holiday. There you go.
I think maybe it's more like the rabid reaction to the royals. The 3 R's. The rabid reaction to the royals.
I think, like, yeah, if you want to love him, it's fine. Ultimately, what the hell? Who? You know, I'm just one grumpy man. What does it matter if you love him? I just feel like I can't help but feel that like this collective mad love kind of lowers us all.
I think so. I think you're absolutely right. Like back in medieval times, it was like the only other person you knew about, except from Smelly Harry, who lived outside your house, made of clay and mud and piss. The only other person you knew of was the king.
Yeah, who kicked Smelly Harry every morning. Yeah.
On his way to the castle.
Yeah.
And it's like everyone respected the king by virtue of thinking that he was just some big grand Superman who like led the country to victory. And it's almost like we haven't grown out of that. Like this rabid fascination with the royals now. It's like, aren't they great? Are they though? Like, just stop and think, like, are they great? Or are they just people who happen to be sat on the golden chairs? Like, is that really all it is? Because
like,
it is, isn't it?
Now, if it emerged, like, in the next few weeks, that Harry had single-handedly killed a lion with, like, his bare hands, I'd be like, actually, that's kind of impressive.
Yeah, that's
great.
great.
Know, but it's like, you know...
Animal rights would be out then, though.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good
what
point.
if it was a really evil lion? Like, it kind of... It wasn't a
What
nice
if he
lion.
killed Harambe?
Oh,
he'd have fucked up
dear.
there.
I'm sure they found a way to forgive it.
Yeah, they find a way.
Yeah. My point being, it's like, in summary, Your Honour, it's simply that, you know, life is hard, and you are going to experience many ups, many downs. You're going to have great moments of great triumph, moments of sadness, and you're going to live a life because you're a human being. And you know what? So are the royals. And micro hyper analyzing like every aspect of their life and indicating that like sun shines out of their pores. I feel like you're raising them up, which is fine, but you're also putting yourself down.
Absolutely.
It's like, you're just as important as a royal.
I think that's the message, and I think that was very well put.
Thank you.
There you go.
Yeah. And I agree with you.
Also, crush the establishment.
Not to influence you in any way.
Subliminal messaging.
Yeah, down with City Hall. Will rule us 2 kings.
Oh my god, that just exasperates the problem. Now
Will rule us 3 kings.
Shall I do some Facebooks?
Yeah, take it to the hate mail.
Hit us up in the hate mail.
Andrew.
That
sounds like a made-up name.
Yeah, that does.
Says
Andrew.
old people who take individually wrapped boiled sweets into the cinema. Because this quiet scene of dialogue really needed... What this quiet scene of dialogue really needed was rustling. So loud that it sounds like a cagillion?
A cagillion?
Cagillion?
Right, it's a big number.
I see what he's done.
A big fake number. So it's a fake name and a
Cagillion
fake
autumn
number.
leaves in a tumble dryer on fast spin. I must let Ken Roach know what he's missing.
Cagillion is actually the smallest imperial unit.
Oh, well, that's sort of done that one then.
That was beautifully poetic.
I do like a Werther's.
We actually have half a bag of Werther's in the lounge.
See ya.
I think Ali's eaten all of those.
Ah.
Can I share a few months ago went to see a movie. Can't honestly remember what it was, but the screening was fairly empty.
Oh.
And there was a couple sitting in front of us, and the man, he was like some just kind of sweating beast, and they were just kind of talking and chattering.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
And playing their phone the entire film.
I find that ridiculous.
They left 10 minutes before it ended.
Yeah.
I just don't understand what
Why
they're
have
there
you
for.
paid £10.50 to do
Do
that?
that in your
And
lounge.
also,
Do it at home.
they didn't seem happy. At least I could understand if you're so just having a laugh with your mates, annoying, but okay.
They're having fun.
They just seem miserable. And he kept grunting. He'd be like, ugh. Ugh.
Sounds like a delight.
Just kind of like shifting in his chair. And I'm like, oh, this is marvellous. I'm so glad I could join in every moment.
This goes back to people are awful,
Yeah.
which is my rules to live by.
I feel like it's the root of all of our hate.
Yeah, skip to the end. People are awful.
Yeah.
Speaking of people being awful, Phil says, hate adverts and social media posts trying to guilt me into donating more than I already do, especially at this time of year. Can you donate more than $0?
I mean, in the meantime, maybe we should just advertise Big Punch Studios. Go on /Patreon. I'm just saying.
Yeah, great value for money.
Your donations will help save an endangered zebra in New Zealand.
A metaphorical zebra.
In my basement.
In the basement.
Yeah, we'll free the zebra.
In my defence, he is delicious.
He's still alive, but he's delicious. I've got one from another Phil. I feel like it's appropriate to.
Are we sure this is a different Phil? We didn't
It's
compare
definitely
notes.
a different Phil.
Oh,
This
that's
has
fine
come direct to my phone by text.
Oh, I see.
People who put wet spoons into coffee or sugar jars. You get these little brown blobs in the sugar, and it all clumps together.
Yeah, I agree
and
with
then
that.
there's a long grrr at the end of it, which is maybe a bit like that guy's grunting.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is really annoying.
That isn't. Yeah, I get
Yeah,
that.
I hate that one.
Until I lived with you, Nicholas.
Uh-oh.
Where's
this going?
Here we go.
This wasn't a problem because none of us took sugar in our drinks. You, however, are a fiend.
But there isn't any problem.
No, it isn't a problem. I just, wanted to draw.
Except that I shat in your fridge the other day.
Ah.
Oh my.
I thought there was a sad lion bar.
A melted brownie.
I loved how for
Sad
added.
lion.
I love how for added verisimilitude you swallowed. You swallowed a kind of lollipop stick just so it would poke out the end.
Yeah. The things I do for you, John. What else we got?
Can we disagree? Can we disagree with that?
What, we're clumping?
Don't
Yeah,
shit in the
clumping.
fridge.
Well, no, shitting in the fridge is
I
generally
think we
bad.
can all agree that shitting in the fridge is a great way to spend an hour.
Can I bring hate to them?
Go on, John.
This is one that is very close to home. Vince writes in, I hate, it's elongated, trailer reaction videos.
Yeah.
Those...
Haven't we already mentioned
We've done these, haven't we?
Because you did a whole hate on React.
Want to say it again?
Okay, I see how it is.
These, and he's blanked it out, but I assume he's saying fucking
Oh my.
15-minute webcam videos of self-important people talking about a 2-minute movie trailer absolutely do my nut in. Note, I never watch them. If I did, I may spontaneously combust from the purity of my hate. Now, this is the hate that keeps on giving, and I cannot agree more with things because I despise these. I despise them. It's probably one of the strongest hates in my life is actually react videos on YouTube.
They are utter garbage.
We watched one the other day.
Really?
We did, you and I.
Was I there?
Yes, you were.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Out of pure...
Was I foaming at the mouth again?
You clicked on it.
Oh, God.
Out of pure...
You get so angry when I click on them.
Masochism. Well, you only do it to annoy me.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's great.
But
It's so effective.
It's like, oh my God, it'll be like, it'll be called something like, Jim Bob 217 reacts.
Oh, was it that Pokemon one?
Yeah, it's a Pokemon one,
yeah.
And it'll be like, they'll have like a dubstep and kind of like a graphical intro.
Yeah, 3D text appears on the
And
screen.
it's just this idiot, this gurning idiot. It's kind of like,
Like a scarecrow.
17-year-old. No, he's probably older.
Yeah,
Should know better.
he was probably like 28 and he looked about 17.
But he's like, hey guys, so I've had a lot of requests to react to this.
That
A,
pisses me off.
yeah, that's even worse. Who's requesting? He's got like 800 subscribers.
Who cares about his reactions to a thing? Like, surely you just want to look at the thing.
It's like, oh my God, I just saw the Avengers Infinity War trailer. I wonder what,
Yeah, Crumbus98 thinks of it.
Bluntman ReactTube 219 has to
Flob
think
top.
about. Yeah. He's like, hey guys, so the Infinity War trailer's just come out. Let's give it a watch.
Classic Tony Stark.
Wow.
Didn't see that coming.
Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to like, subscribe, and catch me on, I don't know, Vimeo or something.
Grindr.
Slip into my DMs.
Speaking of YouTubers, Imogen says, I hate it when YouTubers are just shitting out books, which sounds tremendously painful, about their lives and funny stories even though they're only 22, make videos about their favourite candles and heinously exaggerate their dull stories. Every time you see a video titled Big Announcement, oh good, it's another fucking book.
Yeah.
Yeah, YouTubers are awful.
Yeah.
I bought a YouTuber's book though the other day.
Oh my god.
It's the Good Mythical Morning one. so
However,
I feel like it's quite good.
I would submit that those two gentlemen who put that book together are talented enough to have written a book.
Yeah, that's true. They did. Yeah, it's not just some collection of pictures.
Yeah, because we've Nick and I kind of skirted very close to this sun, this black hole
yes.
of hate, in that we were very nearly commissioned to produce a book.
Yeah.
That's
about
true.
a
I think we can
YouTuber.
probably say.
We
Can't
can
we?
probably talk about it. Yeah, we
Yeah, Random House, the publisher.
the publisher.
Yeah, I feel like we should big this up as much as we can.
Yeah.
Contacted Big Punch Studios to produce a YouTuber book
Yes.
for Ali A.
Oh.
The well, I was gonna say UK's PewDiePie, but PewDiePie lives in the UK, so that doesn't really. He's a big man on YouTube
He's
for playing games
he's known for Call of Duty
and Pokemon Go.
Minecraft and Pokemon Minecraft? No, Pokemon Go. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. Yeah.
Maybe I can't.
Yeah,
remember.
no, you're right.
I don't really care.
And oh my god, it's so inane. Like the biggest issue was they wanted it turned around, big book in a very short space of time, and we were like, that's physically impossible. If you will kill an artist by doing that.
And then, frustratingly, we saw it come out well within the deadline of what they asked for.
However, it did turn out it had a team of like 17 artists. who
Yeah,
had
it was
been
really
dividing the
interesting
work
because
between
I
them.
went straight to the book and looked in the credits to
Yeah,
see
who
how
did this?
how did you do this?
Because we said it was impossible, and now we look like idiots.
And it's like a chain gang of names. They must have all had a pen and been drawing in parallel as a hive mind. That's the only way it could have been done.
It's like that monkey scene from The Simpsons when they're all on typewriters.
This is the best of times.
It's the blurst of times.
What was particularly interesting about it was the kind of suggestion that the brand, the YouTuber,
Yeah. Ali A.
arguably had nothing to do with it.
No.
Arguably didn't even know, as in like the publishing house was approaching him
Yeah, they were middlemanning the whole
to
thing.
like pitch him. It was almost like to say, hey, look, we've made a whole book about you.
Oh.
So interesting.
He was
Yeah.
getting sign off on things like artist choice and the story and stuff,
Yeah.
but he wasn't writing any of it. He was just signing it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have been on the dark side of that,
Yeah.
and obviously we didn't end up doing it. I think we dodged a bullet in a big way because we'd have done nothing else but a crappy YouTuber book for like not even 6 months. It'd been like 4 months or something. But
Yeah, we were willing. We
were willing, but
You would,
we just
you would
didn't.
have hated it, I'm sure.
We couldn't have done it as just a 4-man team. We
Yeah.
couldn't have done it.
There's one I can't remember his name. Is it Suggs? Joe
Suggs. Yeah,
Oh,
Zoella's
yeah.
brother.
Yeah,
He's got a trilogy out now.
Yeah.
They're all comics as well.
Brought out a graphic novel, which was his idea
Yeah.
and concept, but he didn't write it.
No, he sort of threw the concept alone, which was probably on
His
the back
agent
of a
got the whole
napkin.
team together, and it's like oh my god, didn't even write it.
No, because that was the big controversy about it,
Yeah.
was that it was revealed he didn't write it. He came up with the idea, but he didn't write it. I think then, because of that fallout, I think he did then write the second and third.
Wow.
But I don't know what the quality of work that is.
I mean, like, what about that Zoella malarkey? Hasn't it emerged that, that Zoella advent
Haven't we
calendar?
talked about this and all?
We talked about Zoella as well.
Oh my god.
We need to start writing down
God,
what we've
we're
talked about.
repeating ourselves.
Oh!
Shall I do some quick fire ones?
Yeah, do quick.
Sorry, save us from Zoella.
Si hates gossip mags.
Hey now.
Yeah, I hate gossip.
Gossip mags.
Gossip
Oh,
mags.
Breaking news.
Andrew hates adverts. Probably along the lines of your Tesco one.
Adverts in general?
I think so.
Kaylee here hates sending a long comment on Facebook Messenger and just getting a thumbs up emoji as a reply and nothing else. That's got a like, by the way.
Type 2 fun. I don't know what that is.
Well, isn't that the type of fun...
There are 3 kinds of fun, according to Dave. He's talked me through the scale of fun before, but I can't actually remember what the 3 types are.
Isn't the second... I think he hints at the fact that the second one is putting yourself through fear and pain and loneliness.
Yeah. Type 1 is enjoyable while it's happening, also known just simply as fun. So good food, climbing sport, powder skiing, margaritas. Type 2 fun, miserable while it's happening, but fun in retrospect. And then type 3 fun, not fun at all, not even in retrospect. Afterwards you think, what in the hell was I doing? If I ever come up with another idea that stupid, somebody slapped some sense into me. Many alpine climbs, failed relationships that lacked type 1 fun, writing a book, that sort of thing. Which doesn't really sound like fun at all.
No, that's not fun.
But I think the point of it is that you keep going back to it.
I think it's fun.
You do it again, despite it being not fun. You do it again, which suggests that there must be a positive reason for doing it.
again. Oh, it's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kaylee hates people who don't want to accept that you dislike something that they love.
Yeah.
Well, I
Naysayers.
I don't agree with that.
I know.
Guys on Twitter that don't accept a girl as a geek or enthusiast about gaming. The amount of times I've had someone slide into my DMs asking me a super obscure question about a video game or something to prove, inverted commas, I'm actually a real gamer and not a fake, inverted commas, gamer girl. I know plenty of other women that have experienced the same thing too.
Yeah, actually.
That's sexism in general, which
yeah.
I agree with.
Yeah, Kaylee.
The comment, not sexism.
Yeah, Kaylee, reaching out through the mic to you directly here. Yeah, kind of like, I want to say like, I agree with you massively there, which of course is, what do I know about it? I'm a white male. Like,
Sorry, I tuned out. Was this the people sliding into our DMs?
Yeah,
Yes.
but I just want to put it. What is it with guys? It's like a Jerry Seinfeld opening.
What is it?
What is it about airplane food? What is it about guys DMing girls and being super creepy? Why do they keep doing this?
It's so easy not to be creepy.
I know it's in like the geek circles as well. If they're not being creepy, they're being assholes, or they're being creepy assholes. Like,
Considering most geeks have been like bullied like all of their lives, it's remarkable how much inter-geek bullying there is.
Yeah, but think about like
Especially sexist bullying.
Think about the kind of mindset you have to go, oh, there's a girl publicly enjoying something geeky. Don't like this. I'm going to message her. Like, it's not even a thing to like. I mean, commenting on it would be bad enough, but to direct message someone and go,
Yeah.
hey,
That
Poor
is
form.
really...
That's poor form.
Oh.
People who
Like,
do
I
that.
always thought... I'd heard sort of briefly about this, and I'd always thought, I bet that happens as well. But then to hear Kaylee say it in such a way as that she has received direct messages more than once, that is just shocking.
what kind of person do you have to be to do that? Like, what gives you the right? It's astonishing. I mean, you see enough. I mean, like, because a lot of people do the right thing, and if this shit happens to them, they take screenshots and
Yeah,
you
and share
should.
it to
You
publicly
should.
shame people. But
Yeah,
it's just
Kaylee,
like,
do that.
Yeah, it's just like, wow.
Wow, you've got to be a certain kind of dickhead to do things like that.
Yeah, I mean, I know we spend like this show talking about nothing but hate, but it's like that's a special kind of
Wow.
that's a special kind of hate.
Super dick move.
Just a final one from Dave, who says, I hate when presenters promise to do something in a show and then abjectly fail to follow through in real life, like, I don't know, setting up a Facebook page. Now,
Jesus Christ,
I've let my
Dave.
professionalism slide on this occasion, and I have responded to Dave, and I'm not proud of what I've said.
Tell us what you said.
I said, piss off, Dave.
Oh, Dave.
I'd like to take this opportunity to stand by those words.
We'll make a bloody face.
Did he respond?
We will do it, Dave. Just follow us on Twitter.
Did he respond by calling you a turgid pool of sewage?
Yes.
He did.
Yeah,
he
I'm reading
did.
that
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
That will not be the end of the unpleasantness.
Dave, gauntlet drop.
If anything, this is a direct escalation. Look, on that increasingly sour topic, let's flip it.
I say, because very much like we've refused to come up with an outro for this show, I say we refuse to make a Facebook page until the hate for that reaches critical mass.
I think it's until Dave apologises.
Or until Dave apologises.
Yeah.
Whichever comes first.
Yeah. Well, come on, let's give some loves. Come on.
Okay.
A little Susan.
Let's
love.
cleanse our palate with
round,
love.
I
round
like
it
it.
out.
I was going to say my new puppy, but I planned it before I actually got the puppy. It's bloody knackering having a puppy, I tell you. It's really, really hard work.
So not that.
Who knew about that?
No one told me.
So I got a puppy on Sunday.
Well played.
So is that your love?
Yes, I'm going to go with
Oh,
it.
okay,
Because
yeah.
she's doing some cool things and I like her very much.
She is. I've only seen videos.
Yes.
She's adorable.
She's
is.
lovely, yes.
She's called Daisy.
She's called Daisy. She's a black Labrador. And yes, she is very adorable. But
She is.
bloody hard work. But yeah, I think 2 days in, she's my love and she's my most instant love in quite some time, I think.
Aw.
Bless her.
Well,
And her little cotton socks.
I think.
And her sharp teeth.
I think
Sharp wit.
I think given the hard
Oh,
time,
they are sharp teeth.
given the hard time we gave Nick for picking such low-hanging fruit as Japan,
The Japanese people.
the
I believe it was.
Japanese people, because how could you hate them?
Yeah. I mean, my dog is down there, to be fair.
This is what I'm saying. Like, you know, yes,
it's low.
probably that's even lower-hanging fruit.
But this is my only
However,
opportunity to say it.
she's really cute.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
there you
like,
go.
you know,
So
so-
there's-
she's way cuter than the Japanese people.
So there you go.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to just do it quickly like that. That's
I
me,
support that
in, out.
notion. I think we're getting to the point where the hates are like 90% of the show.
Yeah,
and
no,
like
I
the
think-
loves the show
yeah, I
are
think
shrinking
that's fair.
10%.
But it's good because, as you said, a palate cleanser.
Yeah, let's just bash through them.
Yeah.
Unless you want to talk more about Daisy.
No, that's fine.
I'm happy to talk more about
I
Daisy.
disagree.
Oh.
Oh, what?
Piss off, Dave, John.
Oh.
First it's the Royals, and now you hate Daisy. Oh my
Oh man,
god.
what a Freudian penis. I mean,
Oh dear. Oh my.
Nick, what's your love?
My love, this is quite obscure, but my love is the Boston Dynamics robots. I don't know if you've seen videos of these on YouTube.
Yes.
Yeah. So for those of you who
Yes.
haven't,
No, I don't think I have.
after you've listened to this show, after you've listened to the very end of this show,
The very, very end.
go on YouTube, type in Boston Dynamics robot tests, and watch the videos on YouTube. It's essentially in Boston. There's a company called Boston Dynamics,
Oh.
and they are building robots
Oh,
That
that's sort of
walk-
self-explanatory, really,
that
isn't it?
walk
Slow,
on
slow down, Einstein.
that either walk on 2 or 4 legs. And they're developing the systems that allow these robots to self-navigate uneven terrain and correct themselves if they start to fall over and stuff like this. But
They are amazing.
by virtue of the fact that the videos are being shared online and getting like loads and loads of attention, they've started to sort of develop this kind of lovable, adorable character where the people who work for Boston Dynamics treat them like shit. Because in order to test the robots, they have to do things like push them over,
Oh, right.
or like tell them to pick a box up and then just bash the box out their hand so that they'll bend over and reassess the space and pick the box up again to check that they can do things that humans can do. But it just means you get all of these videos of human dicks just beating the crap out of innocent, cute little robots.
You know, he talks about the robot renaissance. It's like
Yeah.
that's
This
what
is-
they'll
yeah.
remember. Yeah.
Yeah, and they won't forget this.
This is the catalyst.
They
And the Tesco cashier desks will rise up and fight us.
They are badass though, aren't they?
So cool, and they sprint around like these factory floors and these offices and stuff. And they look so futuristic as well.
Yeah.
They've got proper little like springy hoof legs.
They don't really have like a head, do they? They have
No.
like, kind of like
I'm going to look these up.
There's one, the latest one they built. Because this is the thing, like, they keep building robots that look like humans, and then they
Yeah.
keep falling over. It turns out it's really hard to make something walk on 2 legs.
Yeah.
And then after a while, they were like, "Why do we need that?"
Yeah.
So the latest robot, it's got legs like a human, but each leg ends in a wheel,
Oh,
yeah,
right, okay.
yeah.
and it's got amazing gyroscopes. It will never. So it's like a roller blade.
And it like banks when it turns corners, so
Yeah.
it leans into the corners that it
Yeah.
turns and
But
stuff.
then it's got weird like horse, like hoofy.
Yeah, front limbs.
Yeah.
Which you
So-
can use to push off from things.
Oh, maybe
So
I
it-
have seen.
so it doesn't have
I've not seen them
fingers.
being dicks, but maybe
Yeah.
I've seen the
but it can
actual
pick
robots.
boxes up with its
But,
weird hoof
but
hands.
this one, because it's on wheels, it can accelerate to incredible speeds, and
then
and
it jumps.
Nice.
It's jumping a table.
Yeah, it'll jump onto a table or it'll clear a fucking table.
It's
Good effort.
terrifying. Like even in its current state,
It
you
will
talk
win.
about death
gonna have
robots.
us,
If you
yeah.
strapped a gun to it, I know. Scratch that. If you strapped a knife, if you
Come right at
if
you.
you duct tape a knife to
Just
that
right in the
robot,
middle of its chest.
it's the deadliest weapon known to man. Like,
Yeah.
it's terrifying. It could kill you.
Yeah.
And there's also that dog. The gun dog.
Yeah. And there's a great test of the dog where it's on a conveyor belt and the evil humans are just chucking obstacles onto the conveyor belt that it then in real time will jump over. And some of the obstacles are longer than others and it will assess and jump them at the right speed and everything. But it's just humans being dicks to robots. It's just hilarious. They will rise up.
And what's terrifying is with the dog, at least, because you talked about them humans being dicks to robots contestant, they had the dog out in a car park.
Yeah.
And it's basically like a box with 4 legs walking around. And they were kicking it to try and knock it over so it could right itself.
Quite brutally.
Yeah, and because it has like servos and motors inside it, when you kick it, you hear them fire up to read.
Yeah.
But it sounds like a scream.
Really? Oh, God. Gives it some personality.
Yeah, it sounds like a T-Rex, like a velociraptor or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, God.
Oh, no.
It's hurting and it wants you to know.
Yeah.
Like, it's...
And it will come.
Oh,
and it will rise up.
It's coming.
So YouTube, Boston Dynamics Robots. It is great viewing for like 7 minutes.
Sidebar, did that robot battle between Japan and America go ahead?
Yeah, it did.
What happened?
And I watched it and it was rubbish. It was so rubbish. It was... So, keeping it as brief as I can, basically there was this really big thing that was built up when America started work on a manned, so piloted, mecha robot.
Right.
And they issued a challenge to Japan and said, you are the nation of giant robots, famous for it. We want to challenge you to a fight. This will be the beginning of a legendary sport that will happen. And there was a Kickstarter for it, certainly for the American side of it, in order to sort of A, grow some sort of promotion for it, and B, get some money for it, obviously. And then 2 years went by with constant updates from either side. The Japan robot looked really cool. The American robot was getting there. They're both very different in design. The Japan one looked really sleek, like a samurai. It was on 4 legs. The American one was sort of like a bit bulkier, looked like something from Battlefield or something. And then it finally came to it, and I watched it, and it was so underwhelming because we had been led to believe certain things, like the footage we'd been watching of them being built and testing them had been accelerated. So they looked like they moved a lot faster than they actually did.
Right.
But when it was then filmed live and shown what happened, everything was moving incredibly slowly. And also, we were led to believe that the Japanese robot was completely like freewheeling on these 4 amazing wheel legs. But actually, it was just like a front that was kind of stuck on the front of what looked like a forklift truck, which then had a really long, what looked like an umbilical cable that trailed behind it, and it could move at about 3 miles an hour across a warehouse floor.
Really?
The Americans' one was so bad that they had 2. And the first one was defeated instantly by the Japanese robot driving up to it at about 3 miles an hour and just putting a fist out, really slowly, like, fist extended in about 5 minutes. And then it just drove at it. The American one was firing like paintballs and stuff at it, which was obviously pointless. And it just bumped into it and it just fell over. But luckily the Americans had a second one, which surely wasn't fair at all. And then that came out, and then that just sort of swung and hit the Japanese one at about, 2 miles an hour. And then it was all just called off because, that was it. It was the most underwhelming and pathetic thing ever. And the most hilarious thing about it was the commentary was trying to amp it up and make it all really exciting.
Here it comes.
And it was just, and look at that. Oh, there's a reaction there in the American pilot's eyes as everything moves at less than the speed of mold. It was so pathetic.
So the Japanese one.
Well,
surprising no one.
The only one that knocked out a robot was the Japanese, but it was called a draw because the Americans apparently did enough damage to the Japanese robot with their second robot to stop it from functioning.
Was the damage shame?
Yeah. On both parties.
Yeah.
It was so. Don't even watch it. Honestly, don't even watch it.
I don't think I'll bother.
No.
I'll do the other one.
God, how disappointing!
It was really.
I'm disappointed. I didn't even see it.
This is not the launch of manned battling robot sports. This is.
I'm guessing.
Shit.
I'm guessing that's all on YouTube.
Yes, it is. Yeah. You can watch the whole thing.
Shouldn't take long
with commentary. Yeah, just skip through it. Skip to the end.
Well, should I talk about my love?
Your love.
It's very specific. I had a little trouble thinking of it, but my love is a little performing artist named Pictish Trail.
We've never heard of him.
Which is very specific, but basically got to go to a gig last week in Oxford. Haven't done that in a very long time. It was midweek. And it was kind of awesome.
It was
good fun.
We came too.
Pictish Trail.
Oh, yes, we were there as well.
Yes, indeed. Pictish Trail is a rather cool little dude Then Nick is just kicking bits of the scenery over. What the hell are you doing?
I want the attention on me.
Yeah, basically he's a really cool guy.
He was very funny.
Very, very funny man. He likes you.
Like
Rev.
me, I did a Paul Daniels impression.
You made him laugh. Quite
We
a
all
bit.
like you.
That was thanks, man.
But he lives on the Isle of Egg up in Scotland.
It's
There's
funny.
a population of 105 and is entirely self-sufficient energy-wise.
Is it?
He's got a little recording studio up there.
Wow.
Or a label. And discovered him a few years ago. No, a few months back. Maybe a year ago. Who knows?
you've known
After
about
my
him for
dad heard him on Six Music.
Mm.
He had a song called Afterlife,
Which was obviously going to appeal
which
to you.
immediately kind of piqued my interest. Got the whole album. Really good.
There you go.
And I just got to chat with him on Twitter. Just kind of say,
Yes,
hey man,
Twitter.
love your stuff. Very impressive. So finally got to meet him. Got a photo taken
Yes,
with
you
him.
did.
Yeah,
yes.
he did. There's official photo evidence.
And it was an awesome little venue called the Cellar in Oxford.
Oh, yes.
You know, fun little place.
We should talk about the music as well. It's really good. It's like
Yeah.
sort of like lots of loopy electro stuff,
Yeah.
sort of combined with guitar and sort of quite haunting vocals,
Yeah.
but in a good way.
He's got a hell of a voice.
He has, yeah.
Yeah,
And he
it was
loops
actually,
himself
yeah.
up, and it creates this sort of assault of noise. But it's really, it's good. It's engaging.
Yeah, it's powerful. And of course, like, quite an unassuming figure because he's like, you know, bearded chap. And he had like a cap on. He was wearing like essentially overalls.
They all were
Yeah, he
boiler
was,
suits,
yeah.
weren't they?
Yeah.
They had glitter on his face, which
Him
is
with,
quite cool.
him with a backing guitarist and keyboardist.
Keyboardist, yeah.
And then like he just had tons of like little mixing things.
Yeah,
and,
pedals, loop pads,
you know, and
chaos
he's
pads.
singing, but he's tapping away, like he's flicking all these switches.
So cool. I'd love to be able to do that.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was
good.
Yeah, just engaging, great host, funny guy, really nice chap actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Great.
It was
Boom.
great. It's
Loved
nice,
it.
it's just nice to get out of the house.
Just nice to get away from care worker.
Yeah, you know, it's a nice way to spend a Wednesday evening. It was well good.
Right.
And I'm rather glad you both came. So.
Yes.
Yeah, no,
I'm glad you invited us.
I'm
John.
glad to discover
Glad to have
such
been
a man.
there.
Well, look, now we've powered through our loves. Should we take it to the people?
Power through some of yours.
Take it to the
See what I
people.
have to say. Well, Phil loves lemons.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an in joke because he
ate lemons on your
He ate
stag.
loads of lemons.
You
on my
made
stag
him
do.
eat lemons.
Loves it, doesn't he?
Vince Hunt says he loves Ferrero Rocher. God damn it, the ambassador really spoils us with those.
The ambassador.
Ambassador is in town. Yeah, hard to hate a Ferrero Rocher.
Yeah.
I wouldn't choose it, but if it's there,
I love a Ferrero
I'll
Rocher.
take one off your hands.
You know, there's a challenge of like eating
Oh,
as
yeah.
many as you can in a minute,
yeah.
and the
world
world record
record's-
is like 7.
Yeah,
or
it's
something.
surprisingly low, yeah.
I was like, I can beat that, and I ate like 1.
It's like eating crackers.
Yeah.
It's like after
Without a glass of
Oh
water.
my god! After like the last, yeah, it's like can
New
you eat,
Year's, wasn't
can
it?
you eat a cracker
Oh,
in a
yeah.
minute? And it's like
Yeah, but then you challenged me to eat a whole
Without
Weetabix.
licking your lips.
Yeah.
Is that it, cracker?
yeah, you ate a whole dry Weetabix,
I
which is
couldn't
quite
talk for
impressive.
like 15 minutes.
It's very funny. I
Oh,
have to
it's
say.
hilarious for everyone else.
I'm quite smashed. Ken writes in and says he loves simple things done perfectly. For example, a perfectly done piece of toast is disproportionately more enjoyable than if it is slightly under or overdone.
Yeah,
Ken,
I'll go along with that.
Ken couldn't agree with you more there, actually. It's
yeah.
nice to find
Nice bit of
perfection
toast.
in the little things.
Si loves rainy day box set sofa days. I do it in the summer, so
Let it all hang out.
whatever, yeah.
Andrew says, seeing people smile to themselves when they don't realise someone else can see it.
Yes, now,
I've
yeah,
noticed
yeah,
that
that's
before.
that
good.
was nice.
Yeah, that
actually,
is a good one.
That's-
That warms my heart, that one.
My favourite way of viewing that is through a downstairs bathroom window
Yeah.
while crouching in the hedges.
Oh, God.
Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah, I got the chortle I was expecting. Alex writes in and says he loves everyone getting much more friendly in December.
yeah.
People seem to be full of the Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa spirit.
It's
Yes.
true. They do. Maybe it's because it's so cold and fierce outside, Sasha fierce,
We're all
if
in
you
it
will,
together.
that we all want to bundle up.
I think everyone's just, it's very dark. Yeah, you just want a bit of a holiday.
Yeah.
Get some mulled wine.
Speaking of which, you want to sleep over tonight in my room?
It's not a holiday, it's a weekday.
Yeah, it's nothing special there.
Yeah, you call it a sleepover.
Let's talk about boys.
Go on, it's got to be some more loves.
There are some more loves. I've got a love here.
Hit me up.
From Kaylee, who says, buying gifts for other people, which sort of follows the Christmas theme.
Ah.
Goodwill to all men. I love spending a lot of time looking for that gift that a family member or friend is going to love. I also love watching them open presents for their reactions.
I disagree.
I have grown
I
to
disagree.
enjoy that.
You can't disagree with
I
that.
have grown to enjoy watching family members open gifts I've given them because
You didn't used to.
I put a lot of effort into it, and they need to appreciate my effort.
They really need to.
I'm not sure if I can say that the actual buying process is like fun. Like
No.
I mean, like there's a certain
Do all your shopping online. Go around the shops is hell.
Yeah.
Generally speaking.
Especially at Christmas time.
utilitarianism to it. Alexander writes in, and I quite like this one. Waking up naturally.
Yes. No, I agree with this.
I usually wake up around 9 a.m. if I don't have to get up earlier.
Yeah.
Those 30 minutes of straddling the line between snoozing and full wakedness are absolute bliss.
Yes.
Yes.
Waking up of your own accord is very.
It doesn't happen very
fulfilling.
often to me. It doesn't happen very often. Because I feel like my natural waking up time is about 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah, I have to say, like, on the weekends when you and Ali are kind of lying in, it's like, we don't really see you before.
No, maybe not until the evening.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with this, but with a tinge of sadness, because I can't...
You wake up early.
I can't do it anymore. There was a time when I was young when, like...
But is it not natural for you? Is there not pleasure with you just... Because you wake up at, like, naturally, like, 6:30 or something, don't you?
Yeah.
Is that not good? Because it's the natural wake-up time?
That sounds awful.
The thing is, I don't know if it's natural or whether I've kind of ingrained the process so deeply where I can't control it anymore. Because, again, like, it's just very rare. I hope and pray that after the wedding, I will wake up at a time... I don't want to wake up at 6:30 a day after my wedding. That'll be awful.
That's true, actually.
Yeah.
You probably won't, because we'll make sure you're completely ruined.
Yes.
Thank you, yeah,
You'll be useless to anyone, man or beast.
But and also, like, it's made difficult by the fact I wake up and start screaming.
Yeah.
That'll wake anyone up.
Yeah. It generally stops when I leave the house.
That's why I don't tend to sleep
Living
in
with me
anymore.
is a treat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
But no, I definitely wish. I used to get a lot more joy out of pillows. I know I sound stupid.
What, like body pillows?
Yeah.
Like waifus?
You stay away from my wife. No, I mean, like when I was young, like, you know,
Stay away from Kamiko.
you flip the pillow, get
Yes,
the
cold side of the pillow.
Yeah.
Nowadays,
Not in this temperature though.
nowadays, I generally just find pillows to be uncomfortable. Like I can never.
We've got those tempura ones, not tempura. Don't confuse it with tempura.
Oh,
pillows.
I'd love a tempura pillow.
I just gnaw my way through it at night.
Crunchy, yeah.
No, like the tempura, like body form ones.
Oh, are they special? Is that what you have?
Oh,
Yeah.
listen to that noise.
I used to be a non-pillow man until that fell into my
You're a
life.
non-pillow man.
Yeah, just sleep on a rock,
Sleep on the floor.
and a breeze block in my bed.
I just used my knife block.
Yeah, with the knives in,
I just leant my head on an octagon. It was fine.
like a Quality Street tin.
On a Newton's cradle. Just kept my head steady. Yeah, no. Alex, I fully agree, but you've made me a little sad. Can't go back.
You ruined the love section, Alex.
Can't go back.
Damn it, Alex.
Alex.
But also, thank you very much to Alex and everybody who sent in loves.
Yes,
and
much
hates.
appreciated.
Even Dave?
Yeah, even Dave,
Maybe not Dave.
But especially Dave.
but especially Dave.
Well, I think that's been an episode. What do you reckon? Did love win? Did hate win?
Oh, we're doing this again.
I think love won.
I think love won
I think love won.
I agree.
actually. No.
Hate.
because of Dave.
I'm so tired that I can't love anything or anyone.
Picture your brand new dog sitting on the cool side of the pillow.
Yeah.
On the cool side of a knife block.
The trouble is, it's probably my pillow.
Wearing
Yeah.
aviators.
And it's shat
Yeah.
on your pillow.
And going, hey.
And watching trailer reaction videos.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh, it's ruined.
I soured it. Come on. Love.
Love, go on
Love.
then. Go on
Yeah.
then. Go on
Warm
then.
your
Yeah.
cold, dark heart.
Yeah, this isn't a democracy.
Yeah. Come on. Oh, all right.
Come on, Ray, man.
And that's why I love the Royals.
Yeah.
Anyway, are we done?
Thanks for tuning in.
That'll do.
Time for our famous,
yes.
unimitable outro.
This is very well polished now, isn't
Okay,
it?
we got it. We got it.
Okay, here we go. Ready?
Episode
3, 2, 1, go.
Don't.
December's the time for hate.
That was almost a rap. I had like a
December's the time for you to hate. Hating is really...
Nobody else will cooperate.
defrost your drains. Check for grate.
Oh.
There you go. You see that rhymes.
John
And make
joined
sure
us.
you're fully stocked with after eights.
Yes. For Christmas.
Mate.
Oh, great.